Shalom lekulam, and welcome to day number 43 of the Count of the Omer. Today we are starting the week in which we are going to meditate on the energies of Malchut, and today we are going to start by meditating on the energies of the Sefirat hesed, the Malchut, hesed within Malchut, or love in dignity. We can also say love within the kingdom. Which kingdom? Or internal kingdom. Or internal kingdom is built by the dignity, by being who we are, by not compromising who we are in order to please others. We have to compromise only in order to unite with others, but that compromise have to be a reciprocal compromise. Other than that, we're not respecting ourselves and we're not having dignity. Malchut is the reception of all the emotions that are collected in the Sefirat Yesod, which is the foundation. Within Malchut, we will find independence and trust in us, and also we will find respect, which is the part of hesed, inside ourselves. And if we find this respect or hesed within us, we will not only respect other people, but also this will manifest as other people respecting you. Being friendly is a fundamental character of hesed. But being friendly does not mean that you have to accept, for the sake of friendship, any disrespect from other people. We have to respect ourselves, but also we need to have others respect us. Remember, Malchut symbolizes dignity, so we have to make sure that we have that dignity. We have to make sure that we don't lose our independence as people that come to this planet and as individual, but also we cannot lose the dependence that we have when it comes to uniting with others in order to learn the things that we came to learn in this planet. I have to respect others. I have to behave in front of others in a good way, give a good example, treat the other as my brother, my sister. But also I need to treat myself good. If when they treat me the wrong way, I have to make sure I have respect for myself, meaning I will not accept that. My authority to not accept disrespect comes from a goodwill that is considered the liberty of the other, meaning you cannot force another person to do something, but a person cannot force you to do something as well. So the authority that you have when it comes to people that disrespect you is based on showing respect to them. It's based on not going to the low level that they came from, but to rise, to go to a higher level and show them that you love yourselves so much that you're willing to not sacrifice the relationship based on their behavior. This sometimes means walking away from these people. This sometimes means walking away from a job in which you don't feel respected. Just because you're walking away from a relationship does not mean that you are failing on doing what you're supposed to do in this planet. It just means that you're asking for that respect and wasn't given. So why you should be there? Self-respect is more important in this sense because without it, you cannot respect the other people. But if you allow them to disrespect you, then you lose your dignity, you know who you are, and you cannot love somebody or have a relationship with somebody from the side of lack. When you're lacking something, you cannot give it. So if you don't have it, why should you stay on that relationship, right? So the relationship has to be based in balanced love. And this does not mean, that in the job you have to love your boss like your boss is your best buddy and things like that. Or if you have a friend, that you have to be so close to that friend, even though some people are as brother and sister. But that's not the meaning of this. It just means that when we talk about love here, it's not the emotional love. We're talking about a force that puts things together in place. You cannot submit to the other, but the other cannot submit to you. The only thing that both parties they need to submit is to love. And this love, like I mentioned before, is not emotional. It's not a love that is based on feelings, on thinking that you want to spend the rest of your life with a person. That's not love. That's an emotional love based on what we call psychological love. Spiritual love is different. Spiritual love is love that is kind of like tough love. You love the other person, but there's a lesson to learn on that relationship. And that sometimes means walking away. Walking away for the love that you have for yourself and the love that you have for the other person, because none of the parties are advancing spiritually. So as we meditate on hesed, the Malchut, think about this. Think about the mercy that you need to have for yourself, the respect that you need to have for yourself. And how can you apply this mercy, this respect that you are asking from yourself and that you will be asking from others as well? Because Malchut represents the kingdom, and each of us, we have an internal kingdom in which all these conglomerate of emotions and feelings and forces coming from Yesod are gonna be put into. And we have to make sure that we know how we're gonna use this. So the first thing we're gonna use is think about respect. Respecting yourself, respecting others. And with this in mind, let's start the meditation.